Yeah, let's talk first of all about the passing of an era. Brady Hoke going into retirement. He's got 2 games to coach, then he retires. Do you know those guys? Those guys being Brady Hoke and Rocky Long saved Aztec football. Their record since Brady Hoke was first hired, 120-68, which is phenomenal. All those bowl games. He elected to step aside. Very emotional press conference this week. He said it was time. He had talked privately for a year with his wife about when it was the right time to step aside. He said, hey, I don't pay attention to that record and I was the one that brought up that composite record Rocky and Brady put together. He says, my role is as a coach, coaching football, coaching life skills, coaching young men into grown men. And the outpouring of the players, we were given access to some players, and hear them talk about what Brady Hoke meant to them, spectacular. Players saying, he made me a better man. He made me not only a better football player, he made me a better citizen, a better father, a better adult for years to come. And they talked about the culture, how these 2 coaches, Brady, Rocky, Brady, have just changed everything at San Diego State. And I asked one of the players, describe them. He said, Rocky and Brady cut from the same cloth. I mean, it was really a cool press conference. And then J.D. Wicker, who's not really been available to the media, he came into the press briefing, held his own separate briefing, and he said, Rocky Long was phenomenal. Brady Hoke's the best partner I could ever imagine. He said, you people don't understand how hard the last 4 years have been. COVID, Carson, no fans, the building of the stadium, the Ariza allegations, the collapse of the Pac-12 after we worked 7 years to get this done. He said, Brady held us together through some really, really bad times. And he kind of lectured the media, which is okay. He says, you people have to understand, we've been pretty successful on the field.
Yeah.
As Lee said, look at that composite record. We've been pretty successful academically, and all these kids that are graduating, and they use the term, sometimes you say, that's a cheap term, Aztec for life. But I think in this football program, much like the basketball program, those coaches have impacted those young men. And it's the thing that I like the most about dealing with San Diego State. It's not my alma mater. I didn't go there. It's my adopted school. Quality programs, quality coaches, and for the most part across the board, really quality kids. You sit there and talk to these young men. It's pretty impressive. So it was a tough farewell conference. Brady does not want a farewell tour. He says, not about me, the coach. It's about these kids. It's been a ragged, wretched football season. So I was pretty impressed with how Brady answered all the questions. Very impressed with Wicker. I mean, he just kind of opened up his heart, and he had not been like that for a long time, because the last time we sat with Wicker, he was the one that got up and walked out of the press conference to the Ariza situation.
Yeah. Well, they went through some tough times. With the list that you said is a huge list of challenges, but to win roughly 2 out of every 3 games for a decade, am I doing my math right? I think I'm right. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, that's really good. So there's a lot to be proud of, and kudos to San Diego State, because the basketball coaches are also impressive men. Yep. and are all about this, not just saying student athlete like a flippant term. I mean, they really care about those kids and finding, the best, pathway in their life. So Wicker has actually a lot to be proud of, because he's been the one that did all that heavy lifting for that stadium. So we're going to see where we go next with San Diego State football.
On we go.